Good morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN. A little technical difficulties to kick off Monday trading. Lost internet at 8:29 a.m. Show begins at 8:30 a.m. But thanks to the producers, we got it back in action, and we get the markets back in action. Quite the weather storm ripping across. We got some cold weather across the whole country this morning. We got some rain in Florida with the cold weather going on. Maybe we got some lightning. Maybe that's what's kicked me out. Nonetheless, we're back. We got the markets in both directions so far to kick things off. Looking at an S&Ps minus 11 points right now at 36.24. NASDAQ 100 positive territory, up 10 points at 12,267. You get the Dow off 173 points right now, 29,701. And the Russell negative 9 points at 1843. Final trading day of the month. Hey, how about the Russell putting up about 20%? We're going to kick it off with the Russell this morning. Hadn't even planned on it, but how can you not focus on the run this has had? You back it up to October 30th, 1 month ago, and you were trading at 1520, folks. 1520. Fast forward 30 days, and you're trading at 1843, talking about a 20% pop in the Russell. And when you look at this, where we are, you're now far above. I want this one to bring it all the way back. And there you go, getting above the highs that we had of 2018 in the Russell. Those highs were about 1751. We've left them in the dust. We're 100 points above that level. Man, you even look at this acceleration we've had. This is quite a trend line coming off the March lows this year. But, man, we're bumping right up near the upper boundary line of that channel line. S&Ps minus 11 points right now, putting it back on a 15 minutes. The S&Ps, quite the acceleration we had overnight. I mean, we're within 11 points. You look at the markets this morning and you could say, no big deal, right? Really no big deal. The markets have had an extraordinary month across the board. In November, we're within about 11 points of where we were. We had a decent day on Friday, half day, nothing too crazy in the markets. We're sitting at 36.25 in the S&Ps. I think you started the year off at 3,200 and change, backing it up. Here's your year start. There you go. 32.36 is where we closed out. Is it? Closed 32.23. We closed up. Nope, I was right. We closed on December 31st, 32.36. Remarkable. We are almost exactly 400 points. We're 390 points to be exact above that price level. So all things considered, but look at this drop we had last night. Futures, you're talking about from 36.50 down to below 36.05. That's a 45-point swing. We jump up 25 points. So just because we're in the ballpark of regular, volatility not out of this market just yet, folks. We'll jump over to the VIX this morning. VIX getting a little bit of a pop on that negative action last night. 22.50. We were up. Currently trading 21.94. Commodities, crude, having quite a run recently as well. Check out that pop. Consolidates all the way from basically the beginning of June all the way to November 20th or so, and then boom, we've accelerated. I mean, look at this run. Look at the run that crude has had in November. Talk about crude really tied to the Russell 2000 in terms of performance, because they need the world economy. They just don't need Apple, Microsoft, and Google making money. They need the world economy in terms of crude demand needs the world economy, just like the Russell 2000 would benefit from hopefully these vaccine news. We have more vaccine news this morning. We'll jump over soon. But crude, we were trading at a low of 33.64 on November 2nd, and we're currently trading at 45.27. You got gold continuing to slide down $15 this morning at 17.72. We got pull up Bitcoin. How about up $2,200 today, rebounding from the loss we had? Stay tuned, folks. Be right back after the break.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. 8:42 a.m. Monday morning. We got the S&Ps minus 10 points right now. NASDAQ plus 14. We got to jump over to Tesla this morning before we jump into the Moderna vaccine news of the day. $604, 601.20 right now, up from 585. You put this on a daily. Quite the run Mr. Elon Musk and all Tesla shareholders seem to continue to have this year. I mean, you back it up. I have a 65 print on this chart back to the end of 2019. You begin the year at about 83. You're going to end the year in the 600 range. Tesla announced their stock split, folks, at 270. Okay, they split 5 for 1. You now have Tesla trading with a 3,000 price tag effectively pre-split. 3,000. Remarkable. It just continues. All right, Moderna. So they are out, plans to seek U.S. and EU clearance for COVID vaccine. So updating the data, they're looking at 94.1% effective in the final analysis of 196 cases that study has achieved. All 30 severe cases, also very important in this one, observed in the study occurred in participants who received a placebo, indicating 100% efficacy against severe disease for the shot. I mean, that's the big thing there, folks. Even if this still hits people with a vaccine, you're not going to get those severe cases where possible death, possible severe reaction because of this vaccine. You have Moderna trading higher today. We'll pull this up in a moment. Jumping down, plan to apply on Monday for an emergency use authorization for the vaccine in the U.S. and for conditional marketing authorization in Europe. Advisors to the U.S. FDA will likely scrutinize the data at a public meeting on December 17th, the company said, 1 week after a similar review of Pfizer's vaccine expected to take place. So we got December 10th. It's coming down the line, folks. This is coming. It's coming right now. Good news out of Moderna as they continue to update that. 196 cases, 94.1% effective. And look at this run we've had. Now, this is a daily. And we haven't even factored in. We're going to open today at 143, just to put it back. We're not even on the chart at 143. You started the year at 17. My goodness, right? You put into the action that we've had. quite the run from about 100 on Wednesday to 143 today. And that's talking about from 127. We're up 16. We're up about 12, 13%. Same deal on Moderna shares. Checking in on Pfizer shares this morning, trading higher as well. You see the run Pfizer has had from last Wednesday from 36.20 up to 37.82 on their numbers. All right, jumping around, as we mentioned, Bitcoin, quite the acceleration. So much for the demand fading in Bitcoin. Didn't take long. We go from 19,605 to 16,520, more than a $3,000 drop. But guess what, folks? We made it almost all back to 19,245. Credit to those that bought the pullback in Bitcoin on Friday. Quite a pop, as you're up about 13% right now, up $2,320, back in the 19,000 area. And again, where do we have left to go? About 1,000 points higher, 20,650. 1,000 points, $1,000. They're dollars they're trading in. Crude oil, jumping back to the short term on crude. You see the drive lower it had, falling off with COVID. You start the year in a 60 to 65 range for crude. You make it down to negative territory. You consolidate for a while. We're now well above that consolidation at 45.38 in the price of crude, putting it back on a daily. Crude contract trading at 45.38, well above that consolidation. Notes and bonds this morning, jumping over. We get a little bit of lower price and higher yield action, looking at a 10-year yield of 0.855% right now. The 10-year off 4 ticks at 138.02. But you see where we are. We're right in the middle of this consolidation. No matter where we've been, we've made it a little bit above the upper boundary line. You again, on November 11th, we were back down right near these flash lows, but we've climbed a bit. You're looking at 0.85% on the yield on the 10-year. Okay, what else we got going on? How about the holiday shopping season? I did some shopping over the Thanksgiving holiday. Most of it online. Yeah, all of it online. Picked up some stuff in Kohl's. Amazon got a little love. What else? Maybe Walmart and Target. I'm not sure. Apple got a little love as well. Cyber Monday sales, though, we're in it right now. It's still going. These stores, it could be quite a retail season, folks. I'll try and pull it up after this break. Shopify. I don't own any Shopify. No interest in it whatsoever, other than the fact that TFNN uses Shopify, a great platform. But they put up some staggering numbers. I think it was $2.4 billion they did on Black Friday, something like that. So big numbers there. Cyber Monday sales could reach $13 billion, testing everything retail learned during the pandemic. Remarkable. Cyber Monday sales could rise between 10.8 to 12.7 billion, according to Adobe. Got a lot of sales going out here. Seems like it's just remarkable that at a time when everything's shut down, it might actually accelerate growth of, you're talking about a retail season that just won't stop. There's no imperative to be in a store when there's restrictions that don't allow you to, and everybody's just able to shop online at an even greater degree. So it's remarkable. Black Friday shopping in store sales crater 52%. There you go. That would make sense, folks. People are not shopping in the same way. Online spending on Black Friday surged 21.6% to hit a new record, sliding down to some of those numbers there. I believe they had them down there. Where are we? Yeah, they're talking about the same thing, that they'll be looking 10.8 to 12.7 for their numbers. Nonetheless, big numbers across the board. GM out. They're trying to save a little face and kind of change the deal that they have going on with Nikola. It's going to be a smaller deal focused on fuel supply deal. Seems like GM trying to save a little face here, continue their deal, yet trim it around the edges. New deal eliminates an equity stake in the startup for the Detroit automaker. How about that? However, as well as plans for building Nikola's electric pickup truck factory, so pairing that in a big way as Nikola deals with their woes with allegations of fraud, pretty much. We got a big deal out there in data. You have S&P Global. They're going to buy IHS Markit for $44 billion in an all-stock deal. Not bad, all stock. Take the stock, give me your company, and we'll buy it. $44 billion, biggest 2020 merger. Pretty remarkable, creating a heavyweight in the increasingly competitive market and financial information. All right, and what else we got going on? Where's my news? There we go. Stocks making moves this morning to kick off Monday trading. We went over Moderna, we went over S&P, and the banks, they're lower in pre-market trading. Morgan Stanley downgraded the group. favoring other consumer banks heading into 2021. So you got Bank of America, JP Morgan, and Goldman getting a downgrade after Morgan Stanley. Pretty interesting to see Morgan saying all of our competitors, they're going to be in the trenches, in the downgrade trenches. Wall Street firm downgraded Bank of America and JP Morgan from underweight to underweight from overweight, and Goldman Sachs to underweight from equal weight. They're getting a little bit hit. And you got Slack. Fell in pre-market after Barclays downgraded the stock to equal weight from overweight. Isn't this the one that CRM is? No, that's work. No, that is Slack. Yeah. So they are down a bit, but they got the pop because CRM, looking to buy them, and you have Salesforce off a bit. We're getting a little bit of a pop this morning for Salesforce, but quite the drop we had on Wednesday is they're looking to buy Slack. And we'll see how that CRM, strong company in the long run, Dow company in the long run. Can't go wrong there. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be coming back after the break. Finish up the show. We get the S&Ps minus by 9, NASDAQ positive 10. Right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. I got a chart of Nikola up here, and you want to talk about some volatility. The initial run up to 93, I believe this little volatility here, the pop on September 4th, I believe that was the GM deal announced, puts it up to almost 55, very short-lived. Within a couple days, the short seller report comes out alleging fraud, basically, of Nikola. You collapse all the way down to almost 15. You make it back up That is, what is that? That is Monday of last week or Tuesday of last week? Yeah, Tuesday of last week. You make it up to $37.95. And then check out the action on this news with GM renewing the deal. So I'm assuming the first headline was the market reacting to the GM deal still existing in any form. The second reaction was the market reacting to the details of that GM deal. No equity stake, smaller, trimmed down. And as I said, probably just trying to save face and not just pull out completely and admit that it was a massive error to be investing in a company like Nikola at the same time as you have a short seller report alleging huge improprieties and fraud coming within literally about 48 hours. All right, what else we got going on, folks? Jumping around, I'm going to jump to the front page of TFNN.com because we got our man Larry Pesavento coming up next with Trade What You See. And what do we have, folks? A week from Wednesday, Larry's doing a live trading webinar, Trade What You See. He'll be in there 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. Eastern time. Larry's going to be really talking about a lot of the methodology he uses as well, folks. He's going to be going over deconstructing ABC patterns, how to break them down into component parts, how to use them to identify what most traders do when patterns fail, why this guarantees they can't win. He's looking at 3 different patterns to help identify shifts in supply and demand, not talking about ABCDs, trend patterns, trend changes, how to use them to generate direct market feedback. Folks, $295 this class. It'll be 9 till 2 next Wednesday, December 9th. Can't believe it's December 9th. When you sign up, you immediately gain a month of Fibonacci 24/7. That's $97 immediately. This will be archived. And if you attended one of these classes Larry has done this year, earlier this year, he's done a couple, I think, you're going to gain access to this for free. It should be a great environment, lots of traders in the trading room, asking questions. You get a perfect market for it. Stay tuned, folks. Live programming all day at TFNN. Larry Pesavento coming up next.